the Preacher. Can I teach you, Bob the Preacher? Yes, I can. Bob here. Today, I'm going to talk about living with depression. Yes, there's a lot of you out there watching that live with depression. Yes, there are also some that suffer from depression. Well, I chose to live with it. I don't have a choice. I'm a bipolar depressive, and it's here with me for life. And with a lot of you watching, it's probably there for life as well. Why do I feel so buoyant, so happy, so cheerful? Well, I take my medication. Yes, a lot of people will stand back and say, don't take medication, it's bad for you. Well, I did think like that in the early stages, and a couple of times I stopped my medication. And I tell you what, I felt pretty bad. Like, you know, cut the wrists bad. It wasn't a bright move, so I avoided doing that. And I accepted the fact that I had depression. Serious depression. And took my medication as prescribed. And now I've got so good at doing my medication that I can adjust it myself depending on how I feel. Now, do I only feel happy because I'm showing that I'm happy? Well, I'm not really happy. I'm actually quite depressed today. But my manner is always pretty much like this, despite how I feel. If I'm really, really happy, I probably wouldn't be making the video. And if I'm really, really sad, I'll be in bed. I just don't get out of bed. Gets pretty serious. But living with depression is a choice. You can set your mind up to suffer from it and be miserable all the time and woe is me, the world is at an end. Or you can choose to live with it, accept it, and move forward. Yes, it's day by day. I mean, every day is different for me, and I have to take it that way. And that's the best way to do it. Actually, it's the best way to take life, really, day by day. True, you can plan things in the future, and I plan things in the future, and if I don't get to them, I don't beat myself up over it. I just move the plan a little. I take my medication. I try to stay as healthy as I can, but I've got problems. And I like to be able to tell people who have depression and inform people that have depression that it is not the end of the world. We are real, alive people. I actually won the Black Dog Award for my article on living with depression. Great award, and I was quite surprised. I wrote it when I was feeling not so good, and I received the award. So there is hope in depression, and that you can draw from the actual depressive state and continue moving forward with your life. You don't have to stop dead. You slow down sometimes, but you don't stop dead. You move on, you muddle on sometimes. How does the rest of the world treat you because you've got depression? Well, this used to worry me because I had a mental illness. And people look at you funny when you admit you've got a mental illness, because that's what depression is. I was ridiculed and victimised, and I argued against it and fought against it and stood up for myself. But it was actually making me very ill. I was actually getting worse. Why? Because I was putting too much power into the people who wanted to judge me. I stepped away from it, and I feel much better. It's their opinion. They're wrong, they're uneducated, misinformed, but it's still their opinion. I have mine, and it helps me live, and I survive day by day. And my depression isn't putting me in a prison. It's putting me in a comfortable room. This is, again, Diana Arlen's office, and because of what I want to do, she's kindly allowed me to use it. She's a generous soul, also suffers depression. I'm trying to teach her to live with it a bit more, and she lives nearby, so we can communicate quite well. So, are you judged on your depression? Do people demean your comments on world, demean your views on things because you suffer depression? Well, for the people watching who don't have depression and they think it's all a bit of a joke, leave us alone. Our opinions are just as valid as yours. We're real people, and we have very different views on the world. Okay, we have times when those views are a bit scattered. Accept it. And you can pick them when we're a bit scattered. Be supportive. Listen. That's all you have to do. But at times, our views are very serious and very direct. We're not often clouded by way too many passions or way too many judgments, because it's difficult to be judgmental when you're ill, when you yourself live with a mental illness. Does that mean I am crazy? Well, sometimes you'll see me on YouTube and you'll think I am nuts. You're allowed to do that. I'm not affected by it, because I hope you're not judging me. And I'm hoping you're not going to judge others now. We choose to live with our illness. Many of us have chosen to accept who we are and what we are, and we build our lives around that. And there are you out there that at this time have chosen to suffer from it. It's not good for you to do that. It's not helpful. It's not you. It's only a piece of you, the really sad piece. And we all feel sad, and we all feel down. We all feel the world wants to get on top of us. That's what makes us unreasonable with depression sometimes. But stand up, look at yourself in the mirror, and no matter how you feel, tell yourself you are okay in your eyes. Yes, you are. In your eyes, you're the best person you can be at that moment. Tomorrow you'll be different. We're a bit variable. We're up and down. And if I'm taking my medication right, I have long periods where I feel really good. But seasons change. I might do something wrong in my diet. I might actually forget to take my medication for a couple of days. If that happens, I get a bit forgetful and I have a little crash. I don't beat myself up over it. I pick myself up, fix myself up, and continue to move forward. Living with depression isn't an easy thing to do. Alright? I understand that, because I live with it every day. But living with it is a darn sight better than suffering and fighting against it. I get a bad day, I have a lie down. The rest of the world understands that from me. My friends understand it. If I don't turn up to a function, they don't think bad of me. They just think, Bob's probably having a bad day, and they accept that and they understand it. And I also do that to my friends who also have depression and suffer from depression or live with depression. If they don't turn up, I give them a call and I actually talk to them and find out what's wrong. And it's that one call I make that could make a big difference to them on that day, and maybe for a whole week. So Bob, on depression, on living with depression, it can be done. Listen to your doctors, listen to your body, listen to your brain, and take your medication. Okay, it's only a few pills, and some people think they've done you out. Well, they don't. Your body needs to adjust so that you can think through what the medication does to you. And it takes a little time, but in the long run, and that's what we're after, in the long run, you feel better more often. And that's what we all want. So do like me. Live with your depression. Learn from it. Adjust with it. And live a happier, fuller life, because you know what you can do. This is Bob the Preacher on depression. I hope I've been helpful. And onward with your day. Smile maybe. It helps.